Okay, so what do you think of Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook and Meta going full into VR, AR, the Metaverse? What's your opinion on kind of them taking a first big swing as a giant company?
So I have opinions,
Okay,
but I don't need to impart them on others. By the way, let me benchmark my opinions. I'm old enough to remember Star Trek in first run. Okay, and I was all in on everything. Photon torpedoes, transporters. Yep. All in. I'm all in. But wait a minute. A door can't possibly know to open just by you walking up to it. No, that'll never happen ever.
that's what stopped you in your tracks.
That was the least believable part to me.
This whole show's bullshit. And of course, Kmart humbled you again.
Well, what they would ultimately have are step pads that would connect a circuit, and then they would open a door. Yeah. Because we didn't know how to beam infrared off of you yet, right? so that was fun. I used to play with those as a kid. You know, they in grocery stores, because sometimes you're holding bags, you can't physically pull open the door. Yeah. But I remembered thinking that would never happen. So don't trust my prognostications
I'm
here.
going to regardless. But
Okay. So the headsets, okay? The VR headsets.
Yes.
Why doesn't everyone have one now? They've been around for decades, and they've been slowly improving, but everyone doesn't have one. Like, why not? There was a day when movies were in 3D. How come every movie is not made in 3D today?
Because it sucks. And it gives me a headache.
Okay, I'm getting
Okay, he's laying out the breadcrumbs.
Thank you. I'm putting out the case.
Yeah.
Go back to the 1950s. I don't think this is just legend, that there was something called smell-o-vision.
Oh yeah.
Where there was to be a smell in the movie, and they'd pump out a smell in the arm. How come all movies aren't smell-o-vision?
That's a great question.
Okay, we have holographic projections. How come all movies are not holograms and you walk among the characters? Why is that not the case? So, my sense is, when a technology is obviously something everybody has to have, it doesn't take all that long for everyone to have it. There's 6 billion smartphones in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, VR is fun. And AR is great. No, you know, the Pokemon chasing the characters in one location and not another. I'm all in, but is it going to take over the entire community of gaming? I don't know. I'm skeptical only because I've seen other attempts at brand new technologies. That, you know, they had 3D TVs.
I
bought a 3D TV in 2011, and I have the 3D goggles. I never use them. Never use them. Because not all shows are made in 3D, and only some shows are, and you have to sit in a place, and I'm just fine without the 3D. So I don't know where it's going. Maybe there's got to be some breakthrough in it. But I also know, and just to get a little inside baseball here, I work professionally at a museum. I'm director of the Hayden Planetarium.
Yeah.
It's a planetarium. We have our seating in a circle. But at the time we renovated, people said, oh, the trend is everyone's facing one direction, because that way you can program the show better. Everyone's looking in one spot rather than where is the, okay? All right. I heard that. But then I realized, wait a minute, if you're in a circle, it's kind of like you're around a campfire.
Yeah.
There's something communal about it, something participatory. The moment you spread that out and look only in one direction, you're in a movie theater at that point. And in a movie theater, while you can hear other people, you're actually only experiencing it for yourself. VR goggles, you don't know who's standing next to you. Oh, the virtue is you can interact with someone 1,000 miles away. Yeah. I had a VR conversation with Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. But it was a little...
All right. That's what you're completely fine.
No, so it's not too long, a few weeks ago, and there's a point where we extend our hands to shake. It was a little weird because I don't feel flesh on my hand. Yeah. It's virtual reality, not reality, right? Yeah. There's not some human hand coming in. So it was a little weird, but we did get to share a common video experience with it. So my sense of it is all of these new technologies will find their niche markets, and they won't go away. They'll be sustained in those niche markets. But I don't see them taking over everybody. Because when I go to a sporting event, I want to feel you next to you. I went to the event with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to focus somewhere else.
Yeah.
The communality of human to human interaction has great value for those who are social. Now, if you're on the spectrum, maybe you don't care. Okay? Is Mark on the spectrum a little bit? And we know Elon is a little bit. But if you are, then the idea that a human being next to you has no value, less value to you than just a virtual experience, that is completely understandable. But then it's not for everyone. So that's my perspective on this.
Yeah. So almost like for, you know, something like VR to take off or like become more accepted by like society and stuff, it would have to have like a smartphone like has a lot of utility uses for it, right? Whereas like a VR headset is just kind of like more of like a fun thing, like a gag kind of
it's a fun thing
to do. Yeah.
I have no denying that. I've been in a lot of VR experiences and you're there, right? And it affects you neurochemically, right? Or neurophysiologically. Oh, I'm on a ledge. I better like lean over. Or you're on a roller coaster and you feel it in your gonads, right? All of the, all the things. And it does what I think they're intended to do. But it's not obvious to me that simply boosting the resolution is going to be all that matters. They even have the VR cardboard that you slip your phone into and you hold it up and it has the two images. So that's highly portable, much less expensive than the Google Glass,
Meta,
the Meta, before it was Meta, what do they call them? But the Meta goggles, the white. Oculus. Correct. Thank you. So that's my opinion. It's not a deep opinion, but it's just I like observing the movement of technology into society, and not all of it is fully embraced. And I like thinking about what reasons they are and what reasons they're not.
If like VR like that got to a point in, have you seen the movie Ready Player One?
No, I've resisted that. I don't mind, on your recommendation, I don't mind jumping in on it.
I mean, it's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it, but they have like haptic suits where you can like feel and touch and like you have the sensation. So like when you had that conversation with Mr. Zuckerberg, you know, like, and you go out to shake his hand.
Mr. Zuckerberg? Is this?
I was just being polite, you know. I'm not like you. I'm not on like a Mark first name basis, you know. Like if
but did you say Elon? You didn't say Mr.
I didn't say Elon. He said Elon.
All right.
Mr.
Well,
Musk.
Elon and I are boys. He's coming to the sleepover tonight.
Your buds. Yeah. Okay.
But like you would reach out when you go for that handshake, and you would the glove would like squeeze a little bit or something. You would feel it.
Okay, but then I have to like be in a place that is registering all of this and where the equipment. I mean, that's an overhead, right?
There's a lot. No,
I don't have to don a suit to pull out my smartphone.
Yeah.
Right. So So whatever the barrier of entry, be it financial or just physical, I think is another factor here.
Yeah. Granted, in that movie, like that sort of universe, the economy kind of transitions into the VR world that happens. So like people have legitimate jobs and stuff. So it becomes more of a necessity to have that. It's not just like oh, if you spend $1,000 on this, you can put on this suit. You know, it has more utility to it.
Right.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, you know, because then it becomes more part of your lifestyle rather than just like, oh, I'm going to play a scary game on a VR headset.
So, you know, what would be in this vein, I'm reminded of Total Recall, where does it matter if you're actually on the beach, in Tahiti, if you can sit in a chair and they implant those memories in you?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we have that much control over your neurology, why not? It'd be like the Matrix, right? We'll just give you this experience that you think you're going through in the moment, and then it becomes part of your memory. Way cheaper than actually flying to Tahiti.
Or some people call it LSD.